How do you define a technology that defies logical definition with its mere existence? A technology capable of consuming and repurposing any matter it comes into contact with, a literal force of creation and destruction in their purest forms. In the simplest of terms, SIVA is a nanotechnology that recycles matter and self-replicates. However, it appears to be highly unstable and requires extreme caution and control when used. SIVA is a Golden Age technology, a tool of the war minds used to colonize the planets in our system. It was programmed in such a way that it would consume matter, change it into needed materials, and then replicate so that colonization became a much easier process. In order to understand the vast amount of control that SIVA requires in order for it to be maintained and prevented from expanding beyond reasonable limitations, we must first understand the immensity and power of the war minds. The war minds, ancient artificial intelligence defense systems, were the defenders of the solar system, created to defend our minuscule home in the universe. Each warmind was designated to a single planet, with a core operating system based on or under the surface of its home world. However, their reach was much more encompassing, with warsats, orbital defense systems, satellites, and a vast amount of other tools at their disposal. The warmind's infrastructure created a web of protective measures and defenses to ensure the safety of the system. Consider the raw power these warminds must have held, the countless capabilities integrated into their systems, the means with which they were able to enforce their will across the stars in a matter of seconds. Mankind's seemingly unbreakable defense against the unknown beyond our stars. When the darkness came, all but one of these mighty AI were destroyed. Rasputin decided to hide where his comrades stood and fell, and thus survived the onslaught that wiped out most of humanity, and brought a destructive end to the Golden Age. The last known thing in the system that can maintain complete control over SIVA, and prevent it from spreading like a plague. To label SIVA as a plague would not be far from the truth, due to the nature of the nanotech. If left unchecked, SIVA will spread without directive or specific command, consuming any matter that comes across its path, creating a grisly landscape as can be observed from the plague lands near the Cosmodrome. SIVA is highly unstable and spreads like wildfire across the landscape, destroying, replicating, leaving a trail of nanites in its wake. So where did SIVA originate? Where could something this law-defying, with this much potential, be created? The search for this information leads us to the old research labs on Venus and Mars, pointing to a group known as Clovis Bray. Clovis Bray was a research team who developed and studied exosciences during the Golden Age. They also conducted research on the Vex, the Traveler, and nanosciences. Specifically, they developed two nanotechs, transmission and SIVA. Transmission was designed to enhance cognition of those exposed, and SIVA was made as a tool for the war minds to colonize the planets. Many of the scientists at Clovis Bray had their doubts about SIVA's volatile nature, as found in records from the research facilities. The fallen splicers have an interesting viewpoint on SIVA, using it to modify themselves genetically and enhance their arsenals. One record recovered from dormant SIVA clusters reads, "Long have we wandered in the blind prison of flesh, those old lives now a memory, transposed by another. The gift brings pain, yes, but godhood must come at a price." Another of these clusters gives a memory, if you will, of their thoughts on what SIVA actually is, an intelligence of its own right, a complexity born of disorder. The machine of 1,000 parts, fashioned by single mind. From where does such complexity arise? What does the creation of a mind require? In the long march of life's procession, order is created from disorder. The rise of complexity is not promised. Such things are not inevitable, and yet here I stand. The SIVA memories go on to explain the Fallen's understanding that they have integrated this intelligence into themselves and thus have become machines in their own right. That which we were, we are no more. That which we are is undefined. We make our new selves. We need not machines because we are machines. Other SIVA memories recovered give a harrowing insight into the last moments of some of the Iron Lords, who attempted to unlock SIVA's potential to give humanity a second Golden Age, but were met with extreme resistance from Rasputin, who knew the danger unleashing SIVA would bring. Some of the memories are as follows. The struggle. Fighting my brother, fighting myself. The SIVA. A tendril reaches out, crushes my ghost. I turn to face it. My boots slide in snow, thick with blood. If I am gone, why am I still here? My axe's flames are almost dead. Even its fire requires fuel. I needn't urn, but the SIVA has already taken them. The tendrils seek them out, wrap around them, and then more mites swarm out to feed on anything they can touch. The SIVA learns from what it consumes. All of this brings us back to the main question at hand. What is SIVA? It is a nanotechnology capable of indescribable feats, used to colonize entire planets during the Golden Age, able to transform any matter into something entirely different. Developed by Golden Age scientists working under the organization Clovis Bray, SIVA was a fountain of limitless potential, a tool granted to the war minds for safekeeping and control. However, left unchecked, SIVA is a disease, a plague that will consume all that crosses its path, a technological wonder of creation and destruction simultaneously. So, as you explore the plague lands, as you battle through snow and steel and ruins of a time long past, keep up your guard. Do not allow this ingenious design entice you, turn you against your fellow guardians, strip you of all that you are, and turn you into an instrument of its uncontrolled purpose: destruction. Keep your ghost close and your light at the ready, and do not stray from the path you have followed for so long.